Hey there vinyl junkies, welcome back to another vinyl video here with me, Jenny Kirk, where we're working our way through the top 1000 vinyl videos from my big collection on the wall there behind me. And we're getting on here, we're getting through these records, and we've still got plenty of great ones to come. And today I thought we would do ABBA. They're a group that's pretty well known for the singles, some really big hitters there. But how many of you are actually familiar with some of the album tracks and the albums? Well, I am, because I've got quite a few of their albums. So I've picked out 3 of what I feel are the best of the ABBA albums that I've got. And the first one up, this is a real doozy. We've got The Visitors here. Front cover picture, it's a very sort of, almost like a country house. I don't know which country house it was photographed in, probably somewhere in Sweden. But we've got the big room with the big paintings, and then we've got the band there. We've got Benny, Bjorn, Agneta, and Agatha, yeah, that's the one. But on the back, again, we've got all the pictures, and also, worth noting, have a look down, bottom middle, is actually the front cover of the album in a frame done to match the other paintings on the wall. Now, what we've got on here, well, this is from 1981, and we've got the title track, The Visitors. And let's see, big singles that you'll definitely know. One of Us is a big single off this. But there's some other really notable tracks on here which I absolutely love, more so than the singles. Things like Head Over Heels and Soldiers, 2 great tracks on here. Really worth listening to. And that was the thing about ABBA, was they didn't do filler. Every single one of these tracks could have been a single in its own right. And, you know, certainly, if they'd been releasing their albums in the late 80s, early 90s, when mining them for a lot more singles was more so the norm, I think that we could well have seen 5, 6, even 7 of these tracks released as singles, and probably actually done, you know, certainly into the top 10, maybe even #1 single quality. The next album I've picked is a much earlier ABBA album, and this comes from 1977, so the year that Star Wars was released. And this is ABBA The Album. Now we've got a much more, almost childlike cover here on the album sleeve, and it's a gatefold, so we open that up, and we've got the full lyric sheet in there, and also the band picture. And what we've got on here is, there was ABBA the movie. They kind of, you know, cash in on their popularity. They did a sort of, almost like a fly-on-the-wall documentary type thing, which featured music from ABBA, and this album is nominally the soundtrack of that. We've got on here big singles, Take a Chance on Me, The Name of the Game, and also looking down here, we've got Eagle as well. Now that is probably, if you asked me to pick out my favourite ABBA track of all time, I'd probably supply to you Eagle. I love that track. It's just got such energy to it and such depth. Brilliant track. And what we've got signified on the back here is there's a little logo next to some of the tracks as featured in ABBA the movie. So we've got I'm a Marionette, Thank You for the Music, Hole in Your Soul, The Name of the Game, and Eagle, all featured in ABBA the movie. And what's interesting on this album is we've got Stig Anderson, helped us with the lyrics on The Name of the Game, Move On and I Wonder. Obviously, he was, I guess, the brother of Benny Anderson. We've also got an awful lot of other guest musicians, and this is a feature of all the ABBA albums and tracks, is that there's more than just ABBA on an ABBA album. So, for example, the bass played by Rutger Gunnarsson, drums on quite a few of the tracks here played by Ola Brunkert. Lead guitar on Eagle was Janne Schaffer, and on the rest of the album, Lasse Welander. Other guitars played by Bjorn Ulvaeus and Lasse Welander. All keyboards, Benny Anderson. Percussion, Marlando Gassama. So it's quite interesting that even though Benny and Bjorn were quite accomplished musicians, obviously by nature of these things, a lot of the other instruments are played by other people. Final ABBA album that I've picked, and I agonised long and hard over this because there's quite a few really good ones. But I decided to pick their 1976 album, so we're going quite early here now. And we've got ABBA's Arrival. Front cover picture, we've got the band in, I think it's a Bell helicopter, very noticeable by this sort of plexiglass dome. And it's the same helicopter that you'll see flying in the distance on the back cover. But I picked this because it's got Dancing Queen on. And that has got to be the seminal ABBA track. Also, massive gay anthem. And deservedly so. It's a great track. It livens up every single party. There is not a party on this earth that would not be made better by playing Dancing Queen. It's floor filler. Believe me, I was a DJ once upon a time. But we've got Dancing Queen on here. Knowing Me, Knowing You. And Money, Money, Money. Great tracks there. But also we've got things like Tiger, Dum Dum Diddle, My Love, My Life. All good stuff. And like I said before, there's never a bad track or a filler track on an ABBA album, and it's just a shame that ABBA have become really known for their singles, but not so much so for the albums and the album tracks that they're in. Again, we've got credits here for a lot of the musicians who are on this. And it's interesting as well on this album, we've got almost like a little story about the recording of this album. We've recorded this album in the Metronome studio during 1976. As usual, we've been working together with Michael B. Tretow, sound engineer, as well as an invaluable pusher and a never-ending source of ideas. And then it goes on and details a little bit about the people who are on this, the writing of the songs. But all over, the package here builds up into a great album. And on the inside, on the inner sleeve, we've got another picture of the band set against a sunset backdrop and that helicopter. Everybody's in this sort of really, really white jumpsuit, 70s style. God, you get grass stains dead easy on them. And then on the other side, we've got the full lyrics, because of course, as every hairbrush diva knows, you have to sing along to ABBA. Certainly when you get into ABBA, you normally, as I was, about 8-9 years old. So it's obligatory. Anyway, 3 great albums there to add to our 1000 greatest albums. Don't forget to leave a comment down there below and like this video too, because that is the lifeblood of every YouTube channel, is people liking and sharing those videos. Anyway, this is me, Jenny Kirk, saying until next time, you take very good care of yourself, and bye for now. Now available in 3D.